Welcome to another edition of Soul on Soul with Phinesse. Of course, I'm your boy Phinesse. It's a pleasure to be with you on this Sunday evening. And today is my very special guest. And let me tell you, folks, if she wanted to hurt me for messing up her interview, I wouldn't blame her. You know, sometimes I'm doing interviews, I forget time zones, and I did that and I kind of messed up last week. So I'm making up for it this week. And maybe we'll send her some flowers, some candy, something, so she don't write a song about us and we hear on the radio. My special guest today, representing for the ladies and definitely for Zeta Phi Beta sorority, is the lovely, talented Miss Mariah Hester. Welcome to Soul on Soul with Phinesse. Mariah, how are you doing today?
I am doing so well today. And by the way, Phinesse, I do like Reese's. All righty.
All right, there we go. All right, so let me start off with this first question. How long have you been singing?
Well, that's a wonderful question. I have been singing all the way since the tender age of 2 years old.
And what was it about singing that attracted you to doing this as a profession?
Well, I actually come from a beautiful lineage of singers. My grandmother was a singer, a talented pianist. She used to teach piano in the local church in Shreveport, Louisiana. And then that went on down to my beautiful mother, Mariah Hester, who is a renowned and prolific gospel writer, and she's also a minister of music here at my church, Pleasant Hill Baptist Church. And then that came down the gift to me. And so this was something that was just a blessing and a gift that was given, nothing from God. And I knew, funny thing, I'm also a nurse. Ever since I was 2-3 years old, I would sing in the kitchen. I would be playing on pots and pans. I would tell my mom and my grandmother, I'm going to be a singing doctor. I'm going to be a singing nurse. And I kept on to the nursing sector. I am an NICU nurse. For those that don't know that, it's a neonatal intensive care nurse, which deals with chronic and premature babies. And I knew that I also wanted to continue in my music career. And while you're in the waiting room, it's always good to have a plan while you're waiting for the other gift to take off. I knew that I wanted to assist families and the like in medicine and to be with them during a difficult time. And I know that music is a way for you to assist others in a different aspect. So I think that both of those just came together, and I'm just thankful to be able to do both.
All right. We're talking to Mariah Hester, talented indie artist out there in the market right now, actually is really blowing up on the charts. We're going to get into her latest song in just a little bit. But Mariah, I got to ask you, because you have such a beautiful voice, and a lot of the young singers, male or female, really don't practice their craft. But when I watched your acoustic soul set, you can tell that you practice. Can you talk a little bit about your vocal training?
Yes, I can. My mother, who is my manager, who is everything to me, has been doing vocal training on me for years. Ever since I told her that I wanted to do and pursue music, she has been an anchor and has helped establish me in terms of helping with my voice. Every day I do 30-minute exercises in which I learn how to do resonance training. I learn how to breathe, different breathing techniques. And my mother has always instilled in me, practice makes perfect. I also do a lot of music around here locally. I sing in my church choir. That is also great practice for me. I'm always learning, constantly doing different things. So my mother has just been a pillar for me, most honestly, and has driven that into me ever since I was 3 years old.
So I'm going to ask this question because as an artist, someone that's actually putting in the work, and I don't mean doing the videos and singing, but you actually put in the work with the vocal training. And I'm quite sure being a young teenager that you was like, I'm tired, I don't feel like doing this. What did your mother tell you why vocal training is important? And secondly, can I borrow your mother for a music conference so she could talk about that?
Well, practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. That's something my mother always told me. It's so important to perfect your craft, because if you don't perfect your craft, you leave open invitation to error. And so it's just so important to continue to, and my mother always taught me as well that your voice is a muscle. You have to work it out. Just like if you go into a gym and you just all of a sudden flat out just stop working out, you're going to start losing certain aspects. So if you don't work out your muscle, you don't work out your gift, you leave open interpretation and room for error. And so my mother has always instilled in me that if you want to go out there, if you want to be the best you can, you must also prepare for your perfection.
And Phinesse, the answer to that is yes. I'm Sonia. I would love to share in your music conference. What a blessing.
Thank you so much. And I'm gonna hold you to it, because we got this now being recorded. So I'm gonna make sure me and Vivian call you up. And I got
absolutely. Oh, I look forward to it.
Okay, we got you. Mariah, let me ask this question. I always like to ask people their definition of soul music. And because of the area you come from, Louisiana, there's a whole bunch of soul. I call it gumbo soul in Louisiana. Yes. So, and you come from that gospel background as well. So what is your definition when it comes to soul music?
Well, that's an awesome question. My definition of soul music is to be able to captivate the listener for time, to be able to take them out of whatever they may be going through, whatever they may be facing, and to just give them something worthwhile in that moment. Soul music is a type of music in which everyone can identify with. Everyone can have an opportunity to see themselves in it. And I'm just so thankful that I'm able to speak and sing in that vein in which I can just captivate someone and they can identify and understand what I'm portraying in that moment.
All right. We're talking to Mariah Hester, great independent artist, is burning up the charts right now, whether it's Soul Tracks or what's my other favorite publication? Any publication go out there, she's really doing her thing. Urban Influencer, that's the one I was thinking about. So Mariah, there's a ton of music out there, and I'm quite sure with your mother, you understand music and heard a lot of different music. So I gotta ask you, who are some of your favorite soul artists?
Ooh, that is an awesome question. Well, I think personally that Jasmine Sullivan, she has a very, very soulful voice. Mm-hmm. I mean, Girl Like Me, that song I play all the time. I love Jasmine Sullivan. I think her has a beautiful, soulful, modern aspect about her that I have come to know and love. If we're going back into time, I love Nina Simone. Nina Simone is just someone to me that is just so prolific in the soul community. Everything that she breathes and she sings is beautiful. Erykah Badu, love Erykah Badu. Everything that she touches is pure magic. I just love her. But those are my favorite artists, soulful wise, new and old.
Okay. And before we go any further with the interview, I always like to give the artist the opportunity to share their social media and website if they have one, just so they can get people to follow them and talk to them and get to know them better.
Yes. So if you want to follow along the journey, butterflies, you can follow me on Instagram at My Name is Mariah, Facebook, Mariah Hester, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter. My name is Mariah.
All right. Mariah Hester here, Soul on Soul with Phinesse. And don't forget, while we're at it, make sure you follow Soul on Soul with Phinesse on all social media platforms. We have the podcast, which is available on Podbean. So if you missed this interview, you can catch it again the next day on podbean.com. Soul on Soul with Phinesse. And Phinesse is spelled with a PH because I'm the professor of soul, keeping you soul connected. That's how we do here.
This kind of love's not basic. Heartache, you can't trace it. Time is when you're having fun. So glad you're my number one. Your words are smooth, enchant me. I'm your muse. Walls are bulletproof when you torn through. I don't usually do this. Hold me close, give me true love's kiss. You calm the dragon in me. Emotions run high when you undress me. I feel naked, so let's embrace it. I feel naked, no mask in it. I feel naked, and it's okay, boy. I love it when you say my name.
Mariah, I got to ask you this because I was looking at your bio. I've heard you mention it several times during the interview about going to church. So I know you have a belief in God. How much has your faith in God played in the way you pick material that you choose to sing and how you look in your music videos?
Wow, that is a very prolific question. Well, I always wanted to present myself in a way that family, friends, fans, and most importantly, God would be proud of me. I never want to go back and look back into time and, not like what I see. I also want to be a type of singer that people can identify with. It's always fun, sometimes when you go out and you're with your friends that you can have, that kind of party music and different things like that. But I wanted to incorporate a flair that all ages would be able to come to know and love. I want to show young women out there that you do not have to be half naked to acquire attention. If you want to acquire good attention, then you show yourself how you want to be portrayed. And I want to show myself as a young lady who is full of vigor, who is full of life, who is full of love, and who, and most importantly, loves God. Right. In terms of my music, I just wanted to be that type of artist and that type of singer that people can just come to know and love and understand. Most importantly, all my music that God has given me the opportunity to write, I think that people can identify with and understand through themselves. Material Girl is written from a viewpoint as a girl at a crossroads. Should she remain in a relationship that caters to material possessions, things that you can acquire, through stores or different avenues, or does she want things that you can't buy? Money, love, time, attention. Are these things that really mean worthwhile to her? And that girl was me. I was that girl at a crossroads that was wondering, are these things that I need for a longevity of a relationship? And so everything that I write, God has given me the ability to have a shared experience with, and that I hope that people can come and understand on their own.
Well, yeah, it kind of segues into two of the questions I have here. You're talking about being prolific. You call yourself a prolific writer. So what are some of the things you talk about being prolific? You are a prolific writer. Can you explain what that means? And what do you want to come across from your pen to the listener's ears?
Wow. Well, I think that God has given me the opportunity to write what I have gone through in the form of auditory poetry. Things that people can understand, things that people can identify with. And I just want to be the first to say that everything that has been downloaded, because I believe wholeheartedly that things are just, we just don't do things on our own. God gives us the ability to have these things. And so I know that through my experiences, God has just downloaded this type of what I call auditory poetry to me so that other people can identify and maybe can help them with their own processes. So that's what I think of when you come in terms of being prolific, something that someone can listen to throughout time, can understand, can identify, and maybe help them on their road called life.
Okay. As an independent music artist, can you talk about that journey? How difficult, how easy, Why are you choosing that path and not wanting to get signed, or do you want to get signed by a label?
Well, honestly, I want to do whatever God allows me to do. I have been that artist in the past that is so ready for something to happen that sometimes you jump out there with no foreknowledge, no understanding, no insight. And God gives you the opportunity sometimes to let you fall and stumble a little bit. He picks you back up and dusts you off. And he says, well, this is why we wait. And so in that vein of waiting and the processes of that, I know that I've gotten so close to God that now I cannot do anything. I cannot move without him saying something. And I think for those that are listening, those who want to be an artist, please do not jump out there and do stuff because you are so hungry. Sometimes people look at your hunger and they use that against you. And so that's what I've learned in this process. Sometimes you have to be steadfast. You can be very excited privately, but make sure you have on the face of a lion and a warrior when you're around people that you don't know. And so that's what I've taken with me every day. That's what I have. I prepared myself a full armor against anything, against any wiles, because it is crazy in the music industry. People will take your stuff and you will hear it on the radio the next day. So understanding, not only wanting to just love music, but you have to also understand the business side of it. You have to understand the legal side of it. There's just so many more parts in that craft itself that you have to understand. And all of that comes through with time.
Where we're meant to be, chilling all night, making a vibe out of ordinary. Looking into eyesight to really funny how our friends could see what I didn't, but now I'm back again. 10 toes down, yes I'm with it, yeah. Let me take a pic. Don't wanna miss a moment when you smile or grin. I think about you often when you say don't let me go. I'm scared to lose you, don't get off the phone. Don't you know I'm stuck with you? Don't you know I'm stuck with you? I won't let you go so soon. I'm having so much fun with you. Don't you know I'm stuck with you? Don't you know I'm stuck with you? I won't let you go so soon. I'm having so much fun with you. Quick was my last name. Don't mind changing it to yours. I think it has a ring. Only thing I'm missing now is bling. Crazy how feelings grow from nothing, but I'll scream from every time I found me something. I love the feeling when you hold me. Now the tables turn, got me saying, please don't let me go. I'm scared to lose you, don't get off the phone. Don't you know I'm stuck with you? Don't you know I'm stuck with you? I won't let you go so soon. I'm having so much fun with you. Don't you know I'm stuck with you? Don't you know I'm stuck with you? I won't let you go so soon. I'm having so much fun with you. Having so much fun. I'm stuck with you, Oh.
All right. I'm talking to Mariah Hester, fabulous independent music artist, talented songwriter as well. So if you're looking for a writer that's going to write some great songs for you, make sure you look her up, follow her on social media. And Mariah, I just want to let you know, I did discover one of your other songs from back in the day. I think it's a beautiful song, Until You Come to Me. Can you talk
Yes.
See, I do my homework.
Yes, you do.
Wow.
Talk about that song, because that's a great song now. Now, don't sleep on it. That's a great song.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. Well, I actually wrote that song as I was going through my high school journey, and then I picked it back up during the tail end of my collegiate journey. Really, Until You Come to Me was just in a vein of a young lady who was excited to be in a relationship, excited to enter into a relationship, but she did not want to be the one that would be the chaser. It's so important, ladies out there, that you understand that you are the diamond, that you are the true find. And sometimes we get so, engrossed in wanting a relationship and wanting to run behind people that we forget who we are. And so I was in that vein of, we don't speak, we may not talk. I see the vibe. I see that what we could have, but I'm just going to wait a little while until you see it within yourself, and then you can come and try out with me. And so that's what that was in the vein of. And I had a real joy putting that little piece together.
All right. Talking to, I surprised the ladies and gentlemen. If you come to this show, I'm gonna do my homework before you come on here. Soul on Soul with Phinesse. I'm talking to Mariah Hester. And I want to thank you, Mariah, for being so honest. And I love everything that you said and what you're doing. Now, can you please, for the listening audience out there, can you introduce your latest single so we can play that and listen to it, and then we'll come back and end with you?
Of course. Soul on Phinesse listeners. This is your girl, Mariah, period. And I bring to you my baby, Material Girl, right here, right now.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
I used to think that men were the same. Then I met you and my feelings changed. Seems as though you looked inside of me, turned my dreams into reality. But as the story goes, lessons are meant to be told. It was never you that I needed, but the strength I didn't see within me. Feelings ain't right, I pushed them aside, but I didn't want to sleep alone at night. What a cheap price tag. No, really, what a cheap price tag. One night stay, you scared away, energy strain, the price I paid. Diamonds say bling, 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 but they can't feel me, feel me. Shoes make me told.
beautiful, beautiful song, Material Girl, Mariah Hester. And Mariah, can you go on? I know you did it earlier, but for the folks maybe that just tuned in late or whatever the case may be, can you talk about what that song is about once again, one more time?
Of course. So, Material Girl is written from a viewpoint of a woman at a crossroads. Should she remain in a relationship that caters to the material, the superficial things money can buy? Or should she go after what is truly important in her life, things that she cannot acquire through monetary funds? These things would be loyalty, time, love, patience, teamwork. These are things that money can't buy, that you cannot just go to a local supermarket, a local store, a Versace, a Louis Vuitton. You cannot acquire these things through monetary things. It only comes through with time. And because of this, that girl in that song was me. Everything that I write, that I'm blessed to be able to write, is from a viewpoint of myself. Shared lived experiences. And so once I realized that these things that I want to have in a relationship, that someone that, you can't just give it to me in a bow, I understood the purpose of a relationship in the first place.
All right. That sums it up. Now, Mariah, I got to ask you one more question.
Yes.
And your mother is there as well. But Mariah, now we family. Once you come on Soul with Phinesse, you become adopted. So you're my adopted sister. Your mother is auntie. But as your big brother, Mariah, you can't come in the show no more if you don't have no new music and a full project. I'm just saying. You don't be teasing for one or two songs. I need a project, Mariah. What's up? What's happening?
Well, if you follow me on social media and my name is Mariah, you will be the first to know what is coming up on down the tailpipe. Look, let me tell you, 2022 is a big, big year. There's some beautiful things that are coming your way, and I am so excited that you're going to be a part of the journey. You're going to be a part of the Phinesse.
I'm going to check you out, and of course, I'm going to share on our social media platforms everything that you do. Everyone that comes on the show is, like I said, is family, and I love every artist that I have on the show, and you're no exception. I love everything you do. I love your acoustic soul set. Folks, if you have YouTube or want to see a great set, please go check out Mariah on YouTube. Subscribe to her YouTube page as well. Mariah, I got to thank you once again for coming on the show. It's always a pleasure. You can come back anytime you want.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the love.
All right. And that's going to do it for this edition of Soul on Soul with Phinesse. You know how the soul do. Every Sunday, 10 p.m. And if you missed the original broadcast, you can catch us again on the podcast, available on Podbean. Everyone, have a great one. We'll check you out next week. Same Phinesse time, same Phinesse channel. We're out of here.
Soul on Soul with Phinesse. 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 This has been another Soul Media production.